What's going on, everybody? A new development has come up, and there's going to be a little bit of a dual purpose for these videos these days. I'm going to start using these videos on a podcast. A new podcast is going to be launched here in the next few weeks. So you're going to hear a little bit different formatting that's going to be a little bit different for live videos. But I think it's going to end up being a huge thing overall. So definitely keep that in mind as you're listening. We're going to drive that train for our What If Wednesdays, our Solution Sundays, and then we're going to add in an interview sometime throughout the week. Still trying to figure out the release dates and all of the important details attached to that, but keep that in mind as we start moving through some of these different scenarios. And with that, we do have a sponsor for the podcast. So I want to mention that this show is going to be brought to you by Night Protection Services. If you're a leader in a small to mid-sized business looking to create a safer workplace while saving up to 25% in insurance costs, be sure to visit nightprotectionllc.com. And that's going to be our sponsorship read for the podcast. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Definitely a lot of good things happening. What's up, Michael Faber? I see you hopping on here. I might do a couple different things. Michael's going to end up being one of my first guests on the podcast, so I'm excited to have that conversation with Michael. I might end up doing these live videos, and then instead of just stripping the audio off of these, throw them onto the podcast. That way it's a little bit more prettied up, if you will. It has a little bit better look to it. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what my producer says about it. See how much he loves editing my stuff out. But we are here for our What If Wednesday. So we do have a good scenario for you this week, which will come back and help you solve on Sunday. The scenario this week is for a disgruntled and terminated employee. An employee on the property of your workplace has recently been terminated. The business is requesting security's assistance to escort the antagonistic individual off the premises. The security guard needs the name and photo identification of the correct person to pick up an escort off the property. The question becomes, how does the supervisor reach guards to communicate this information? This type of scenario is pretty common among my clients and things we're doing. I'm trying to pull things from clients that I'm actually dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So that type of scenario is definitely something where workplace violence is a huge issue among clients right now. I'm doing my best to help them with what I can. And a lot of that does involve bringing together policies, procedures, and actual standard operations into what they're doing. A lot of times businesses will have the policy that says this, and then the standard operating procedures are actually this, and they don't really line up. So a lot of what we've been focusing on with clients lately is bringing those two together. Definitely trying to create a culture that is a safe work environment. So a lot of what we've been working on is from the leadership's perspective. So from the top down, how can they create safer businesses and workplaces for their employees? So definitely a good scenario for this week. If you missed it, go back, listen to this video, figure out what you would do in this type of situation, what type of identification or announcement type of scenario do you have in place in your own business, and then I'll come back on Sunday, let you know my thoughts as well as my course of action of what I would do and recommend to my clients. So I look forward to talking to y'all this weekend, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the week.